Merry Christmas! Obviously, because this is a Booktube channel. Hi guys, welcome back to a page in the chapter, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Paige and oh my god, it's Christmas Day. Have a very Merry Christmas. Today we're going to be talking through some of my 2021 goals, specifically relating to Booktube and reading, obviously, because this is a Booktube channel. I know that I am posting this on Christmas Day, so most of you are probably watching after the fact, and that is perfectly fine, but I wanted to post a video today looking forward to next year because I know so many people are alone this Christmas and it just doesn't look like the Christmas most of us needed this year. I'm lucky enough to get to spend Christmas with my family, but I know so many people aren't this lucky, so I wanted to post a video today in case anyone is in need of some content to watch, and I wanted to post a video looking to the future. If you like this video and you want to stick around and see more, do hit that big red subscribe button and check out some of my other videos. It would be so greatly appreciated. I have loved interacting with you all so much in the 6 months that I've been on Booktube, and I just can't believe that I get to be a part of this community. I am so grateful. Thank you very much for subscribing and letting me talk about books to you all the time. It really does mean a lot. And now I guess we can get on into the goals. So I am a very big goal setter. It just helps me stay motivated. I'm a very competitive person, and so setting myself a goal allows me to have that competitiveness with myself and achieve it. So the first goal of the year is of course my Goodreads goal for next year. In all honesty, I'm very conflicted about this. So my goal for this year was 100 books and I have hit it, thank God. I really thought that I wasn't gonna hit it and I did. We got there and I am really proud of myself, especially given my 2019 book goal was 20. So I'm feeling quite conflicted now though about what to set my goal for next year. I was originally intending to set it to 110 books because I want there to be a progression and to keep challenging myself. However, I really don't know how much of hitting 100 books was due to lockdown and my 24-hour challenges, which won't really be a thing next year. Also, in the first 6 months of next year, I have the most going on that I've ever had going on in my life. I have a job, I have volunteering, I have my dissertation experiment to do, I have the writing of my dissertation to do, I have finishing my degree, I have graduating, all that fun stuff. So I really don't know whether I should lower it. However, I think for now we will set it at 110, and I'm just gonna have to try and not be so hard on myself if I don't hit that, or I need to lower it. And I need you guys to hold me accountable when I'm berating myself on Twitter and remind me that I have a very busy year and it is perfectly okay to not read 110 books. So my Goodreads challenge for next year will be 110. Wish me luck. So my second goal for next year is related to Booktube. Specifically, my goal for next year is to hit 500 subscribers. I think that might be a little bit ambitious, but it's there. As I said, I like setting myself these challenges. It is a way to stay motivated. It just gives me that competition with myself and I really enjoy that. I know Booktube is not about the numbers and I have a great time just talking to you all, and I really do see you as people who interact with my videos, not just as numbers. But the numbers just give me a way to measure how my content's going, what I'm doing, whether I'm doing stuff right, all that kind of thing. And it really does get me down sometimes. I need to learn to stop being so focused on the numbers. But I'm gonna set my goal as 500 subscribers just so it's there as a goal. It's not really up to me who subscribes, so this isn't really like a goal that I can work too much towards. I can just keep doing what I'm doing, keep putting out the best content that I possibly can, and I think that goal of hitting 500 subscribers will keep me constantly trying to put out the best content. This is not me being ungrateful for who has already subscribed or where I'm at, because I'm so blown away by how quickly this channel has grown. I just need that there to be in competition with myself. It's just how my brain works. Everything in my life is a competition. My third goal for 2021 is to keep a reading journal. This is a very cute piratey journal that my boyfriend got me for Christmas, and I love it so much because it's just such pirate vibes and I love pirates. And so I want to keep a reading journal. What I've done so far this year is just make notes every month on my phone, but then after I've done my wrap up I delete those notes and I don't really have anything to show for it. I'd quite like to have notes and random thoughts and my reviews down on paper to look back on, and I think it will also be helpful at the end of next year when I'm doing my 2021 wrap-up videos and that kind of stuff. I'm thinking very ahead here, here with this. But yes, I just really like to keep a reading journal. I think it would make my thoughts and my videos a lot more cohesive. However, I won't be doing this like a bullet journal. I am far too much of a perfectionist to have some kind of artsy bullet journal-y thing. It just never looks the way I want it to look or how other people's look, and I get really frustrated and upset with myself, so I don't do artsy projects anymore. What I will do is do like pretty calligraphy titles and just make notes on the books. That's kind of my plan with this. It's not meant to be perfect or really shared with the world, but if you are interested in seeing photos, then do check out my Twitter because I'm sure I will be updating there. In 2021, I would also like to read more non-fiction and classics. Reading more classics was also one of my goals for this year. I started off really well, and I think I still have read the most classics I've ever read this year, but it's not where I want it to be. And I don't really know why I want to read classics, because I don't enjoy them that much, but there's just something about them that I really want to read. I think especially because I'm collecting the cloth bound editions, I have no reason to not read them. I have them there and they look really pretty, so I should read them. A life goal of mine is to be able to talk to as many people about as many things as possible. I think reading more classics is kind of a fairly easy step in that direction. Now, on the non-fiction route, I used to read non-fiction predominantly, and it's dropped off a lot in recent years. I've been reading so much more fantasy, and I love fantasy, and I love that I'm kind of back reading fiction. However, it's kind of turned into, I have phases where I only read non-fiction and phases where I only read fiction, and I would really like to mesh the two and be able to read both at the same time. I've also not been best pleased with myself this year because I haven't read any of the non-fiction books about race. You do not need to come at me for this because I'm coming at myself. I'm really disappointed in myself for not ever getting round to it. I kept saying I would. I have them purchased. I just never got around to reading them. I'm really disappointed in myself for that, and so I want particularly to read more books about race as well as climate change too. I don't want to give myself excuses anymore, and I want to hold myself accountable for my reading habits and the diversity on my shelves. I keep saying that I want to be a more diverse reader and then not getting round to purchasing the books that would enable me to do that. That is a big goal for 2021. Another goal that I have for 2021 is a smaller goal and definitely an achievable one, and won't really help me in any way, but it's just something that I want to do, and that is to write more reviews. Currently, I only really write reviews if they are NetGalley reviews. I don't just review the books that I choose to read, and I really want to. I know that reviews are really helpful for small authors especially, but really any author, and as a part of this community I just would like to write more reviews. I think it would be a great way to practice getting my thoughts out there in a cohesive way, and it's just a good skill that I would like to develop. I have written a few reviews this year, more reviews than I've ever written before, thanks to NetGalley, and if you're interested in those, then my Goodreads is down in the description along with my Twitter and my Instagram, where it always is. But yeah, I would just like to get into the habit of read a book, review it, rather than just give it a star rating and move on and never really think about it again. I think it would also be a great way to engage further in the books that I'm reading. If I keep up to date on my reading journal, then that should definitely help me out with the review writing. So that's just a small little goal, but one that I think is achievable, an easy one to tick off the list, and just one that I think would be really beneficial in such a small way. And my final goal for 2021 relating to Booktube and reading is to invest in editing software. I have been putting it off, and I should have just purchased Premiere Pro from the get-go because I could have used my student discount, and now it's so close to the end of my student discount that I don't see the point in purchasing it in case I then couldn't afford it after my student discount runs out. But I'm now reaching a point with iMovie where I'm just getting frustrated with how limited some of the tools are. There are so many things that I pictured doing with my videos that I can't do on iMovie, and I'm getting by so far. I think luckily Booktube is the kind of place where you don't need to be that fancy with the editing, and I've learned a lot of really cool tricks and they're really useful, but I just feel like I'm evolving past iMovie, I'm graduating from it, and I would really like to be in a place to purchase some editing software and really let my imagination go wild with my videos. However, that kind of all depends on where things go after I graduate, and yeah, I have no idea if this one's achievable really, but it's on my list of things that I would really like to do. So if you notice my editing suddenly going haywire, then you know that I've finally purchased Premiere Pro. And so those are my goals for 2021. Some of them are a tad ambitious, But that's kind of the point of goals. I am definitely the kind of person who will berate themselves if they don't meet them, so I should maybe set lower goals. That's just not in my nature. I've set goals that are probably far too high, but it gives me something to work towards. I just love having something that I'm working towards. I'm okay with my high goals, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to stick around and see more, do please hit that big red subscribe button. It would mean so much, and you can maybe help me hit one of my goals for next year. So do check that out. Also, comment down below letting me know some of your goals for 2021, because if you're a small booktuber, then I would love to know, because I'm just looking for more content right now. My home screen is looking a little bit bare. I would love to check out your channel. And if you're not a small booktuber, or you're not a booktuber at all, then just let me know some of your general goals, your general reading goals, your general life goals. I would be so interested, and maybe we will have some in common, so I'd be down to hear that. Thank you. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you're watching this on Christmas Day, then have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I will see you for next week's video. Bye guys.